Hey there, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am really excited for today's video. Today is the first day of school for both of my kids. I have a first grader and a third grader this year. A little fun fact about them, this is only their second full year attending in-person school. Before this, they were homeschooled, so we are fairly new to packing lunch boxes. But last year, I've learned some fun tips and tricks. So if you want to learn a few new tips and tricks, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stick around for our full year of packing lunches. Okay, you guys, it is Thursday morning and it is the very first day of school for both of my kids. We were all up extremely early because the excitement just gets the best of us. Does anybody else wake up really early on the first day of school? Let me know in the comments down below if you are one of those people. So of course, for my daughter's lunch today, she wanted to use her brand new bento box. I will be sure to have the details for all of our lunch boxes and lunch items down below in the description box, so just check there if you are looking for anything specific. I am going to start by prepping up their apples for the day. This takes kind of the longest time since I didn't cut it the night before. I do like to usually do these things the night before in advance just to have everything ready. But I thought since it was the first day of school, I was going to be up really early anyways. And I wanted to show you guys the process of cutting apples and soaking them, since it's probably one of my #1 asked questions by people when it comes to lunch boxes. So here in this bowl, I just have some ice water with a little dash of salt. I mixed the salt around until it was fully dissolved, and that is basically it for me to soak my apples in. This just prevents it from browning. You can add lemon juice instead of salt, I've heard, but I don't always have lemon juice on hand. I do always have salt, and this always works for us, so it's just what I go to. So as I mentioned before, I do have a first and a third grader now, so I am just prepping up their apples in a special way using these little number cookie cutters, and I'm just cutting out the apple and I'm going to go ahead and soak those to add to the top of the kids' lunch boxes. For her sandwich today, we are keeping it really easy, and she asked for a bologna and cheese sandwich. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out with a little apple cookie cutter. This just makes it cute and fun for the first day of school. And don't worry, I did use those bread scraps for egg in the hole toast. In order to keep it pretty minimal waste for the sandwiches, I like to cut everything out separately like you saw. That way I can just kind of fit the scraps and the pieces in where I can. If I were to put the whole sandwich together and cut it out, then I would just have a whole sandwich with mayonnaise and bologna and cheese in it, with the whole outer edge that nobody's really going to eat. So that's why I choose to cut everything out separately. But if you want to save yourself some time, you can just put the whole sandwich together and use the cookie cutter to cut it out that way. It really works well either way. At this point, my apples have been sitting for a little over 5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and drain them out and rinse them really well. I rinse these at least 5 or 6 times. Just make sure there's no salty aftertaste, but they always taste perfectly fine. My kids love apples this way. Now we are just going to go ahead and start assembling the kids' lunch boxes. Now, some of you may not know this, but Anaya is my picky eater, so I am only giving her 1 strawberry sliced in half, and that's because I know she just doesn't like strawberries yet, but I still like to introduce new foods to her because I know that one day her mind's gonna change and she's gonna enjoy these foods. And then I'm finally done struggling getting that word first in there. My S broke on me, which made it a little difficult to place it in there nicely, but it worked out in the end. Lastly, I just gave her a few of these chocolate chip cookies, and then she has some carrots and some blueberries. And yes, this is another food that I just like to keep introducing to her. They say that using these fun food picks will help your picky eaters with trying out new foods. Now, it doesn't work for my pickiest eater, but it does help with my boys with trying new foods. They enjoy using the little fun food picks. There is Anaya's lunch all done for her first day of first grade, and I think it turned out really cute for how simple and easy it was to put together. Of course, I have a little note for her, and then for her snack today, I just gave her a Lara bar, which I also imprinted a 1 into. Okay, now we have just enough time to make Nova's snack box for the day. Some of you guys remember from following me last year, Nova started eating a hot lunch at school around the middle of the year, and that's just kind of what stuck. He took a snack box with him to eat with his hot lunch, and it just worked out for him really well. So we are packing up a snack box for him to take to his first day of school to eat with his hot lunch at school. I made him a ham sandwich using the same method I did for Anaya's lunch, and then I added in some popcorn and gummies, and I don't know how I lost my footage, but I did there. So I have his snacks here ready to go, and then I realized I forgot to add in his apples, so I'm gonna do that quickly. I will be sending the rest of the apples with him for his snack in class, and I really think their lunches turned out so cute for their first day of school, and they really enjoyed them as well. Okay, so we made it to Friday, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really happy that they decided to only have a 2-day week for the first week of school because it was really easy on us getting back to school. For lunch today, of course, Anaya chose what she was having again. She wanted some unicorn mac and cheese. Once I have that macaroni cooking on the stove, I'm just gonna go ahead and prep up her thermos. So to prep up the thermos, you're gonna wanna take some boiling water and just pour that into your thermos. Leave the lid on that and let that set while you pack up the rest of your lunchbox. 10 minutes is usually good for this. Now my thermos has already set for a little while and my macaroni is all done cooking, so I'm just gonna add in the butter, the milk, and the cheese packet, and we're gonna go ahead and add this macaroni and cheese into her thermos. For the rest of her lunchbox, she is going to be having some apple slices, which have already soaked in our ice water. I gave her a couple of Oreo cookies. She has some strawberries and then her favorite chip, which is Funyuns. I'm just going to add that into the last section in the back of the lunchbox. That is it for Anaya's choice of lunch day 2 of first grade. And of course, I had to add in a couple of fun little unicorn pics. Now onto Nova's snack box for the day. I already have packed him up some apples, which are the same apples from Anaya's lunchbox, and the rest of the bag of Funyuns that I had. For some extra protein today, I am giving him a good little handful of pepperonis. He does love pepperoni and he doesn't really like cheese, so that's why I didn't add any in there. I gave him some crackers and some of these Black Forest Juicy Burst gummies. These are similar to Gushers, but they are dye-free, which my 4-year-old is dye-free, so we try to keep as much dye-free in the house as we can. I gave the kids each a fun little napkin today and a spoon for Anaya's macaroni and cheese, and then they're gonna each be getting a lunch note from me. This is from My Wish For You notes, and I have their info down in my description box. They each got a little extra snack for their class. Last year they had snacks in class. This year it seems to be a little bit different, but we're still kind of learning, so I sent it with them anyways. But yeah, that was all for this week's lunches. They only went to school 2 days, so we only have a few lunches to show you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed our first video back. If you have made it this far, then thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys back next time. Bye.